Welcome back to the special episode. JK, are you ready? Jungkook asks Taehyung as they prepare to step out to the car. They had just arrived at the mall's parking lot. Taehyung bit his lips, his face flushed as he looked at Jungkook. Don't look at me like that, honey. Jungkook glanced. JK, we are just getting started. Don't tell me you are giving up already, he teased. Taehyung gritted his teeth, grabbing his bag. He clicked his tongue as he plunged out of the car, slamming the door shut. Jungkook whistled teasingly and smiled. JK, "Whoa, aggressive," he remarked, grabbing his phone. He drew a wave on the screen. Just then, Taehyung screamed in surprise. He looked back at Jungkook, who was still sitting in the car. He glared at him. Jungkook tasted his lower lip bravely and gestured him to wait. Taehyung clicked his tongue again, but stood still, waiting for Jungkook. He knew better than to let Jungkook escalate things further. Jungkook grinned as he stepped out of the car and ran to Taehyung's side. "JK, shall we?" he said, offering his hand. Taehyung looked at it for a moment, squinting his eyes, and Jungkook laughed. "JK, what? I don't do anything, I promise," he lied. Taehyung grabbing his hand, and Jungkook slipped his other hand onto his pocket, secretly grinning as they walked towards the mall. They arrived at a clothes stall. Taehyung, I will just look over there, he said, letting Jungkook nodded with a smile. Watching him walk away, he sat on a chair near the fitting room, his eyes locked on Taehyung as he browsed through the clothes. Jungkook pulled out his phone and drew a slitting line on the screen. Taehyung squinted in surprise, his face turning red as he realized what had happened. He glared at Jungkook, who simply smiled sweetly and waved. Taehyung clicked his tongue and turned away, but Jungkook drew a zigzag line, increasing the intensity. Taehyung's knees weakened and he grabbed on a nearby rack for support. He shot another glare at Jungkook, who clenched and mouthed, "Just hurry," before winking. Taehyung gave him a dirty look and muttered under his breath, "I am not going to let him win." As he continued shopping after 2 hours, Taehyung finally brought clothes for himself, their son, and Jungkook. Jungkook, "Whoa, I never thought you would last this long," he teased, gently patting Taehyung's back. Taehyung, "Stop it," he retorted, pinching Jungkook's side. Jungkook winced and clenched. "JK, I just love you, honey," he said sweetly. Taehyung sighed, unable to stay mad at him. "I love you too. Now let's go," he said, walking ahead. Jungkook laughed and followed him. They visited several stores throughout the day. Occasionally, Jungkook, who teased Taehyung with the device, but Taehyung managed to keep his composure. By 6 in the evening, the sky was darkened and the city lights began to glow. Jungkook, "Shall we go to our last destination?" he asked. Taehyung smiled and nodded. They arrived at a fancy hotel and restaurant where Jungkook had reserved a private dining area. Jungkook held Taehyung's hand as they entered the hotel and were escorted to their room. The table was set with food and champagne on the veranda overlooking the city. They sat around from each other and Jungkook poured champagne into their glasses. Jungkook, "Happy anniversary, hon," he said, raising his glass. Taehyung, "Happy anniversary, love," he replied, taking a sip as they ate. Jungkook placed his phone on the table. Taehyung, caught off guard, forgot about the device. Jungkook smiled and pressed the screen, setting it to maximum intensity. Taehyung shrinked his face, turning red as he glared at Jungkook. "Jungkook, I haven't finished my dessert," he slammed, his legs trembling. Jungkook, "What's wrong, honey?" he teased, leaning in front of him. Taehyung, I want you, not this, he cried. His face flushed. Jungkook grinned and immediately picked him up, carrying him to the bed. Jungkook, you are so beautiful, he said, gently removing Taehyung's clothes. Taehyung looked at him with a mix of embarrassment and desire. Jungkook, I have been waiting for this all day, he whispered, kissing Taehyung's neck. Taehyung, Jungkook, he murmured, his voice trembling. Jungkook, I love you, he said, his voice filled with emotion as he held Taehyung's close. Taehyung, I love you too, he replied, wrapping an arm around Jungkook. Later, as they lie together, Taehyung rested his head on Jungkook's chest. Taehyung, today was perfect, he said softly. Jungkook, it's because of you, he replied, kissing Taehyung's forehead. Taehyung, happy anniversary, Jungkook. Jungkook, happy anniversary, Taehyung. I can't wait for many more years with you. They fall asleep in each other's arms, the city lights twinkling outside their window. The room was filled with soft sunlight, already past noon when they finally started waking up. Taehyung slowly opened his eyes, finding himself nested against Jungkook's chest. He smiled, closing his eyes again and snuggling closer. His face blushed in the warmth of Jungkook's embrace. Jungkook stretched his arm tightened around Taehyung as he kissed the top of his head. Good morning, he murmured, his voice still heavy with sleep. Taehyung looked up at him with eyes soft and content. Did you sleep well? Jungkook asked, brushing a stain of hair from Taehyung's face. Taehyung nodded, a broad smile spreading across his lips. Yes, I slept so well, he said, his voice cheerful. He leaned up to kiss Jungkook's forehead with a smile widening. Jungkook clenched, sitting up slowly. Taehyung still clinging to him. We should get up. Viol is probably waiting for us at Minji's house, he said, glancing at the clock. Taehyung nodded eagerly, though he didn't let go of Jungkook just yet. You go take a bath first, Jungkook said, gently caressing Taehyung's cheek. Taehyung pouted, his lower lips jutting out in protest. Wouldn't you come with me? He asked, his voice tinged with a playful whine. Jungkook cheeks. We were up until 4 in the morning. If I join you, we might never get out of there, he said, his tone teasing. With from Taehyung sighed dramatically and stood up, but as soon as he did, he winced. A sharp pain shot through from his. He clenched his side, his face scrunching in discomfort. Jungkook was immediately at his side, his expression filled with concern. What's wrong? He asked, his hands hovering over Taehyung as if unsure where to touch. My waist hurt, Taehyung said, his voice small and pained. Jungkook sighed, running a hand through his hair. I'm sorry, I guess I got carried away last night, he said, his voice tinged with guilt. He scooted Taehyung grinned secretly. His plan to get Jungkook to join him worked perfectly. In the bathroom, Jungkook filled the tub with warm water and helped Taehyung settle into it. He climbed in after him, sitting at the far end while Taehyung leaning back against him, the water soothing his sore muscles. Taehyung giggled as the water rose around them, his eyes catching their reflection in the mirror across the room. He blushed slightly, noticing the faint mark on his neck and shoulder. You really? Jungkook glanced at the mirror, a smile tugging at his lips. You did the same to me, he said, his voice low and warm. His shoulder and back were covered with a faint scratches and marks evident of their passionate night. Taehyung laughed, turning to face Jungkook. We were up until dawn. can't believe you have that much energy, he said, his eyes sparkling with affection. But I love every second of it. Jungkook's cheeks turned pink as he shook his head, trying to stay focused. We need to get ready. Bill is waiting for us, he said, though his voice was soft, betraying. Taehyung nodded, leaning back against Jungkook. Again, you are right. Let's finish up. After their bath, they dressed quickly and headed to Minji's house to pick up Bill. When they arrived, Lee-hoon greeted them at the door with a warm smile. Come in, he said, stepping aside to let them enter. They crouched down as soon as he saw Bill running towards him. His arms were open wide. Bill giggled, launching himself onto Taehyung's embarrassed. Did you miss us, baby? Taehyung asked, lifting him up to holding him close. Bill stepped closer, ruffling Bill's hair. Did you behave with for Aunt Minji? He asked, his tone gentle. Bill nodded again. His smile wide-eyed was a good boy, he declared proudly. Minji appeared in the doorway, holding her daughter again. Good afternoon, you too, she said, her tone cheerful. Daddy Taekook. Yen exclaimed, reaching out for Jungkook. He took her into his arm, smiling as he kissed his cheek. Good day, princess, he said, his voice warm. Minji smiled, her eyes flickering to the faint mark on their necks. Looks like you two have had fun anniversary, she teased, her tone playful. Taehyung's face turned bright red and he looked away, flustered. Shut up, he murmured. Though there was no real annoyance in his voice, Jungkook clenched his arm, wrapping around Taehyung's shoulder. We had a great time, he said, his tone light and unapologetic. Minji laughed, shaking her head. Well, I will be expecting another baby in 9. Taehyung groaned, burying his face in Jungkook's shoulder. We are leaving now, he said, his voice muffled. On the drive home, Bill chatted excitedly about his time at Minji's house. But by the time they arrived, he was fast asleep in Taehyung's arms. Jungkook carried him inside, lying him gently on the bed. Taehyung yawned and his eyes heavy with exhaustion. Sleepy? Jungkook asked, his voice soft. Taehyung nodded, his eyelid dropping a little, he admitted. Jungkook smiled, brushing Taehyung's hair back from his face. You can sleep. I will wake you when dinner is ready, he said, his tone gentle. Taehyung pouted slightly. But what about dinner? He asked, his voice tinged with worry. Jungkook leaned down, pressing against Taehyung's forehead. Don't worry, I will take care of it, he said, his voice reassuring. Just rest. Taehyung's eyes fluttered close, and within a moment he was asleep. Jungkook stood there for a moment, watching him and Bill with a soft smile. So lucky to have you both, he whispered, his heart full. As he left the room to prepare dinner, he couldn't help but feel a deep sense of gratitude. His family was his everything and he wouldn't trade it for the world. 1 year later, Minji, look how well Han walks. She is such a fast learner. Minji cheered, recording her daughter on her phone. Taehyung, she really is. Taehyung clenched, watching his little girl taking her first confident steps. Girl and Yen, keep an eye on your sister, okay? He said, turning to his older children. Bill and Yen, yes, daddy, they answered together, running over to him and gently holding her. Taehyung, they are such a good older siblings now, Taehyung said, smiling proudly. Just then Jungkook appeared in the garden, sneaking up behind Taehyung. and wrapping his arm around his waist. Taehyung, don't sneak up on me like that, Taehyung yelled, nudging Jungkook playfully. Jungkook, sorry. Jungkook laughed, rubbing his side where Taehyung had nudged him. Minji, are you two showing off how lovey-dovey you are? Minji teased, laughing at their antics. Taehyung, whatever, Taehyung said, rolling his eyes but smiling. He turned to Jungkook, go play with kids, Jungkook, but I would rather stay here with you. Jungkook pouted, giving Taehyung his best puppy eyes. Taehyung, then stop being so clingy when you are not alone, Taehyung scolded, though his tone was soft. Jungkook, sorry, Jungkook said, looking dejected. Taehyung sighed, unable to resist Jungkook's adorable expression. He leaned closer and whispered in the ear, Taehyung, we will have you some time together after the kids are asleep, okay? Jungkook's face lit up like a child who had just been promised candy. Jungkook promised, he grinned. He giggled, showing Taehyung with quick kisses on his cheeks. Taehyung promised, Taehyung said, laughing softly. Meanwhile, Minji walked over to Leehyun, who was watching the scene from a distance. She hugged Leehyun from behind, resting her chin on her shoulder. Minji, look how happy they are, Minji said softly. Leehyun, but we are happy too, aren't we? Leehyun replied, smiling. Minji, of course. Minji clenched. I was just thinking, love really works in mysterious ways, doesn't it? Leehyun, what do you mean? Leehyun asked, curious. Minji, just look at them. Who would have thought their love story would turn into like this? But it doesn't matter how it started. What matters is that they are facing the future together. Leehyun, you are done a great job bringing them together, you know. Leehyun said, kissing Minji's cheek. Minji, I guess I had. Minji laughed, but enough about them. When are you having another baby? I am getting jealous of their little family. Leehyun, am I just a baby carrier to you? Leehyun teased. Minji, no. Minji whined, turning Leehyun around to her face. To face her, I just want another baby with you because I love you so much. She leaned in and covered Leehyun's face with kisses. On the other side of the garden, three kids stopped playing and stared at their parents with wide eyes, innocent eyes. Yin playing? Yin asked, titling her hair. They are playing. Bill cheered, giggling as the two older children. Minji, oops, Minji said, pulling away from Leehyun. Taehyung, this us, Taehyung added, sighing. The kids reached them, their little faces full of excitement. Jungkook, let's not do that outside next time, Jungkook said, picking up Han. Minji agreed. Minji laughed, scooping up Yen. The two couples shared a look, smiling at each other despite the chaos. Their little family was perfect just the way it was. Leehyun, love really does find its way, doesn't it? Leehyun said softly, holding Minji's hand. Minji, it does, Minji replied, squeezing her hand, and I wouldn't have it any other way. As the sun set, the garden was filled with laughter, love, and the joyful sounds of their children playing together. They were ready to face whatever the future holds. The end. Everyone, this is the end of the story. Thanks a lot for your love and support, and thanks a lot for reading it. And also thanks a lot for your comments that you share your thoughts, your whatever you feel about this story. Okay, I'll see you again in the next Taekook story, that is going to be I Hate My Husband. This is going to be a funny rival revenge love story. Okay, not too much intense, just Just a bit funny, sweet, and fluffy. Okay, hope you will love it. Bye bye. Love you. Bye. See you tomorrow.